No Pope Radio, DJ Odyssey, Caliveli, my boy Jonah in the house. You know what I'm saying? We getting it.
Yo, what's good? This is DJ Odyssey, No Pope Radio. Today I got special guest. He's a producer working for Dame Dash. If you don't know who he is, you will know who he is soon. Justin, tell him who you is, bro.
Yes, sir. What's up, DJ Odyssey? I go by the name of Caliveli. You know what I'm saying? Straight out the 805. Big ups, Ventura County. What up?
Yo, that's what's up. I first foremost want to say thank you for coming to the studio.
Oh, thank you, bro. You know, it's a blessing. Every interview I get, you know, it's a blessing.
Most definitely. So let's start out with a basic entry question, man. How'd you get into producing? How'd you get into the music industry?
Yeah. So I heard Eminem when I was like 13, you know, and I instantly wanted to become a rapper just like everyone else, you know. But I quickly found out, you know, I wasn't that good at rapping, but I still wanted to be involved in the process, you know. So I was thinking to myself one day, well, someone's got to be making the music, you know, making the beats. So I, you know, found out about the beats Kanye West had made, Just Blaze made, you know, like all those old school beats, you know, and I fell in love with them. So I got an MPC 1000 when I was like 17. You know, I learned to chop samples. You know, I studied the greats, the Kanye West, Just Blaze, DJ Premier, High Tech, Alchemist, Dr. Dre. You know what I'm saying? Diddy. You know, so I would try to remake as many sampled beats as I could to understand the process of, you know, beat making. You know, so I just saved up all the beats I made, you know, on my hard drive. You know, and then I would want to get these beats to bigger artists. So what I would do is I would go to their shows here in LA, you know, and like some of the shows would be 21 and over, and I'd be like 19 at the time, right?
Oh, you got that solid fake ID though, right?
Man, see, that's the thing was, I was a good kid, you know what I'm saying?
Oh,
like,
come on, man. you know
what
you
I'm
gotta
saying?
break the rules sometimes, my guy.
You know what I'm saying? So I was like, you know, like, for whatever reason, I didn't have a fake ID. You know what I'm saying? And even if I did, I'd probably be too scared to use it. But anyway, so what I would do was, instead of waiting in line to go through the front door, you know, I'd be like, you know what, I'm going behind the venue and wait for the artist and, you know, give the artist these beats. That way I could establish a relationship with them possibly, because you could email artists beats all day. But how many emails are they getting every day? You know what I'm saying? Lots.
Yeah, man.
Lots. So I'm all, you know what, like, face-to-face interaction, you know, there's nothing like it. You know, it's the best way of communication, you know, especially if they're right here in LA. I'm going to try to talk to them and have them look at me and give them beats. You know, so for example, Talib Kweli, you know, like 3 or 4 times, you know, I've stood behind venues and waited to give him beats. You know, and he became more familiar with me. You know, and then that did it for Jadakiss, you know, Cameron, and then even Cameron guys were like, "You've been waiting out here to give beats?" And I'm like, "Yeah, they're like, man, come with us." You know, they throw me on stage with Cameron and Jim Jones, Freaky Zeke. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, wow, like I had that hustler's mentality to where it was like, I'm going to accomplish my goals or die trying. You know what I'm saying? Like that's literally what it was.
I feel that. Much respect to you on that, because, you know, with this industry in particular, it's like you gotta be. It's like you can't take no for an answer sometimes.
Oh, not at all.
It's like, you know, one door closes and you got to kind of like find another door. And it's just like that persistence is what really takes people to the next level. Because again, it's just like, again, you're showing up to these shows like repeatedly. And finally they're like, you know what, he out here, we see him, so we're going to give him a shot. And obviously when you have the opportunity, you capitalize, because like, look where you are now.
Yeah, you know, and then also my mentor, Demiza, you know, he has a quote that goes, sometimes you gotta lose to make moves in this game. You know what I'm saying? So for example, you know, like every time I may have felt like I lost or something, right? Like, I didn't accomplish that. You know, I was all, you know, I gotta learn from it, and there's always gonna be a next time. You know what I'm saying? Because there's always celebrities here in LA, and there's really, you know, if you really want to meet a celebrity, you'll find a way. You know what I'm saying? And there was only one time where I didn't get to meet that person that I wanted to meet. You know what I'm saying? But I stood there for 10, 11 hours waiting. You know what I'm saying? And that's how dedicated I was. Rain, and, you know, it didn't matter. I stood in the rain. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've had people come up to me and tell them to get off their block. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I would leave for like a little bit till things calm down, but I'd be right back. Because I'm like, I'm getting beats to this artist, and I'm standing here like, I ain't leaving unless the cops are coming to drag me out. You know what I'm saying? That's how much I believed in myself and believed in my beats. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel that, man. I definitely feel that. Much respect to you with the dedication and everything, man.
Thank you. You know, it just really just came down to me honing my craft and then networking, you know, and then I never really, I mean, I guess I did network on social media in the very beginning, and that's how I met Damian Young, aka Demiza. You know, he was teaching music classes up at his studio near Santa Barbara, where he's from. You know, and Demiza, he used to be the program director at Power 106 from Hot 90, at Power 106 and Hot 97. Power 106, he was there from like 97 to 2004. You know, so he broke artists like Eminem, Jay-Z, Ja Rule, produced hit records for Mariah. You know what I'm saying? Like all these people, like this dude's an industry vet. You know, so he was teaching me Pro Tools up at his studio. You know, and he really liked me. You know, he's like, yo, I want you to intern here at the studio. I was like, wow, this is crazy. And sure enough, I became his assistant. You know, and then so he taught me the game. You know, so he introduced me to quite a few people as well. But I was still standing behind venues, and I had my own hustle going at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and then it was about a year, almost a year ago. It was like last June, was when I met Dame. He was teaching a Culture Vultures masterclass for his book Culture Vultures.
Yeah.
You know, and I had mentioned to Dame, yo, I've been working for Damian Young. He's all, Damian Young from radio, and I was like, yeah. And he was all like, whoa, you know, and Damian Young was getting back into LA radio at the time, so we invited Dame to be a guest on the radio show. So we ended up going to Dame's studio to do the interview, but it was cool seeing two legends back in the same room, because the last time these guys worked together, Jay-Z became Jay-Z. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Dame took Jay-Z to Power 106, and Demiza is like, yo, that's hot, I'm going to push you on the radio, because the East Coast wasn't showing no love to Ja Rule, Jay-Z, none of them, man. All those artists broke on the West because of Demiza. You know what I'm saying? And, bro, Demiza's a white dude from Santa Barbara. Like, how do you think the LA, like, people felt? You know what I'm saying? Like, this dude's, like, basically, like, he was the Source Magazine's Power 30 number 3. You know what I'm saying? It was like, It was like Russell Simmons, Diddy, Damian Young. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, This dude was, like, the shit, you know, and he still is the shit. You know, it's my big bro, it's my mentor. You know, so I've been working so Dame ended up offering me a job, you know, and my life has felt like a dream ever since.
Yo, man, congratulations on that. And just congratulations on being able to have such great mentors, you know. It's like early on in the game, I really didn't have a mentor, but, you know, luckily now, I've got some people looking out for me, because, you know, not everybody has that big, you know, that OG to look up to.
Yeah, you know, it's just, you know, seriously, you know, it's all about, and like, and I'm sure you know this, you know, for the people out there, you know, it's, you know, you might not be where you want to be today, but understanding, you know, if you improve a little bit each day, you know, imagine where you'll be in 5 years. You know what I'm saying? Because I started off like making beats at 17, I'm 22 right now. You know what I'm saying? So I improved and learned, you know, a little bit every day. Some days I didn't really learn anything. Some days I learned a whole lot, you know, but I stuck with it, you know, 5 years later. You know, I'm just very blessed.
Yeah, very blessed indeed, bro. Like, you're so young, and that's just like the people that you're surrounded by, and like the work that you're doing. It's like, I can't imagine what the next 5-year plan is for you, you know?
Yeah, that's what I keep on telling myself, you know, because the industry's hard, man, as you know.
Facts.
You know, there's some days where you're like, man, like, this is crazy. You know what I'm saying? And there's some days you feel on top of the world, you know? So it's all about, you know, just getting used to it, you know, and finding the balance and understand, you know, like, I'm struggling right now to be on top of the world in 3 years, 5 years, whatever it is.
Most definitely, you know, pressure busts pipes, but also makes diamonds, you feel me?
Man, ain't that true?
Yeah, so like, what's it like working for Dame Dash? Because, you know, Dame Dash kind of have, you know, that reputation. You know, he's obviously, you know, an OG in the game, you know, an industry pioneer. But, you know, like, sometimes I can get, like, you know, we were having an interesting convo out here, you know, Dame with that, you know.
Yeah, you know, Dame is, I mean, from my experience, you know, it's intense.
Yeah, I think that's the right word I was trying to look for. I feel like, you know, you could definitely feel like you're under fire sometimes.
Oh, definitely, you know, but, you know, like, a lot of people take it as, like, Dame, like, trying to, like break him down, you know, and, like, make him feel bad or something, you know, but it's all, you know, like, whenever Dame, like, yells at you or, you know, whatever it is, You know what I'm saying? It's just because he wants the best out of you.
Yeah.
Even though right then in the moment it might not feel like that. You know, you might feel a certain way. You might feel offended. You might feel this, whatever. But, you know, if you really listen to Dame's words, you know, and just understand where he's coming from, you know, he's really trying to get the best out of you to make you better. And if you're better, you know, ultimately the whole team will be better.
I feel that.
You know, so a lot of people just they're told something and they feel a certain way and they say something back and then it's like blah 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 blah. You know, it just doesn't really go anywhere and then they don't work there anymore. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
You know, and that's just how it is. You know what I'm saying? So you know, it's you know, I stick to my business and I do what I gotta do. You know, and be creative at the same time.
I feel that. So let me, you know, kind of go back to what you're saying. You know, how important is it to know how to receive criticism? You know, because I feel like with, you know, in the music industry, this is a creative industry, you know, like, you know, people feel, you know, it's like people's projects, they're like their babies, you know? People can get sensitive about their shit being critiqued and being like, you know, judged and shit, but at the same time, it's like, if it's coming from someone like Dame from a good place, it's like you got to kind of take those into words in the right way and not kind of overreact to it.
Yeah, you know, like you know, like me personally, like taking criticism, you know, like I've never taken it negatively. Negatively, whatever.
Negatively.
Negatively, yeah. You know what I'm saying? So, like, you know, especially when I was making beats, you know, like, I would go and play some beats for, like, this person, right? Like, this friend. You know, and they're like, you know, that's cool. That's cool. You know, and then I'm like, oh, man, I want to get, like, a better reaction. You know what I'm saying? I play beats for this person. They're like, you know, they just kind of sit there like, oh, you know, it's cool. You know, so I'm like, man, like, are my beats only at school? You know what I'm saying? So I took that as like criticism, but like I knew that like, you know, like I believe in my beats. You know, so like I remember the first time I played a beat for Dame. Dame, you know, Dame's not even a rapper. You know what I'm saying? Dame starts to freestyle. You know, like ba, you know, like his freestyle. You know, and I'm like, man, like he's not even a rapper, and Dame's freestyle on my beat right now. You know what I'm saying? So it was like all that criticism I took from, you know, like people before. You know, it was like, you know, it never meant anything. You know what I'm saying? It like I guess all it really meant was, if anything, was just like, you know, like, I just gotta play my beats for the right people, because it only takes that one person to like your beat, and your life's never the same.
Facts.
You know, so it was like, you know, plus like my beats are like a little bit like old school, you know, like the Kanye West era, you know, when he was making those early beats, the Just Blaze, you know, the early 2000s, like that's where my beats really cater to. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, obviously the beats nowadays are a lot different.
Most definitely.
You know, so it's like that. Like, that's why they say, you know, I'm like an old soul, you know, and I be using the MPC 1000. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I be like taking it way back.
Right, they're like, why are you using that dinosaur, bro?
Yeah, why you use that dinosaur, man? Like, what do you mean you gotta track out into Pro Tools? Like, it's not machine, or you can't just go, you know what I'm saying? But it's all like, that's my style, and that's what I love to do.
Yeah, if it's not broke, don't fix it, you know?
Exactly. You know, if it works for me, it works for me, and I be making hot beats. You know what I'm saying? And you know, that's what it is.
I feel it's like, yo, my shit fire the way I'm doing it right now. Why would I change it up?
Yeah, you know, like I said, when people were just like, all right, you know, it's cool. And then I'm like, that's it? All right, well, I'm never playing beats for you again. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why it's like, I only pull out beats at the right time. You know, because, you know, especially now, and I'm getting DMs like, yo, how much for a beat? Or, you know, let's work, send me a beat. You know what I'm saying? So, yo, like, I mean, like, that's why I don't upload any of my beats on YouTube or SoundCloud. And that's what everyone does. And, you know, if you just give away your beats for free like that to the whole world, it just shows you don't even believe in your beats. You know what I'm saying? Because anyone could just download it, you know, and say they made it. You know what I'm saying? Next thing you know, you live in California, you have some random rapper in, you know, like, across the country rapping on your beat, and that rapper don't even know that that's your beat.
That they stripped from YouTube.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Imagine how many people be having that beat. You know what I'm saying? So, yo, like, I'm just trying to be authentic with it.
I feel it. And speaking about that, man, how important is it to protect yourself, just like as a producer? Because I've been seeing like producers get gypped all the time, bro. And their credit not being given due. It's like, you know, other producers claim another producer's work and they're getting that spotlight and shine. And you know, like, how do you protect yourself?
Man, then you have to pull up the sessions and show the dates and the original
Bro,
files.
the lawyers get involved,
you
and
know?
then it's just not a pretty thing.
Yeah, bro, it's a whole mess. But you know, it's like, it's almost like if a rapper like takes a line from like another rapper, I always took it as like, well, that rapper is paying homage to that rapper. You know what I'm saying? For example, Drake was in a little heat for stealing Rappin' Forte lyrics.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I did a record for Rappin' Forte too. I hope it's gonna be released soon. Now I gotta figure all that out. But you know, it's like I took that as Drake sort of paying homage. You know what I'm saying? Although he did bite a little bit too much. You know what I'm saying? But you know, it's all good. But you know, so like when like rappers be stealing stuff, you know, it's kind of like he's paying, like I think he's paying homage, whatever it is. But when it comes to producers, you know, it's a little bit more, I guess, intense. Because it's like you could slow down a beat and say that it's yours now. You know, you could add another snare on to the beat and say, oh, it's mine now. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, that's why, like, you know, when Kanye put out the 10 beat commandments or 15 beat commandments back in the day, and it was like, don't track the beat out until you're paid by that rapper. If you're an upcoming producer, if you're a producer, don't play your beats for upcoming producers. You know what I'm saying? Just little tips, you know what I'm saying? And like, I knew that my beats were dope. So I'm like, I'm protecting my beats at all costs. I only want my beats in the hands of people that could further my career. Which is why I was giving beats to Cameron, Talib Kweli, Jadakiss, Obi Trice, Swifty McVeigh, you know what I'm saying? Designer, Dej Loaf. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it was like I these are established artists.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So the only people that I want to have my beats are established artists. I don't want to have to go through an A&R. I don't want to have to email rappers beats because one, they might not even check their email. You know, it might be someone else. You know, and then number two, they get so many emails per day. It's like, how could they keep up?
Facts. So you were just like courting a specific clientele where it was just like, hey, I just want established artists. Because I could understand where you're coming from in regards to, it's like, if I'm just kind of giving beats to anybody who asks for them and kind of like lower the value of them, just like a simple supply and demand type thing.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? It just shows how like you don't value your beats. You know what I'm saying? So it just didn't make sense to me logically. You know, but there's a lot of people who like be doing that, you know, and I understand if you're just doing it for fun, go ahead and put it up on SoundCloud. If it gets a bunch of views, great. You know what I'm saying? But I'd rather have one industry person listen to my beat than a million random people. You know what I'm saying? Because that one person could do more for me in the business than you know, like a million people who have nothing to do with the music industry.
I feel it.
You know what I'm saying? That's why like if you go on YouTube and type in Caliveli, all you're gonna find is Kanye West rapping on my beats and maybe a couple other interviews. You know what I'm saying? It's not what they be doing nowadays is like beat, you know, like a so and so.
But like beats, like ASAP Rocky like beat, you know, Kanye
you know
West like beat.
It's all
ASAP Ferg like beat.
To the people out there making those beats, if you have an ASAP Rocky like or type beat, why don't you go give that beat to ASAP Rocky? You know what I'm saying? It's like, get that beat to ASAP. You know that, like, I have a beat that is straight up J. Cole, right?
Yeah.
Straight up J. Cole. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, why am I just gonna go on YouTube and upload the beat and go J. Cole type beat? Now everyone has it. Now anyone could claim it. Even if I do put producer tags on it, they could still find the original sample and remake the beat, and now it's theirs.
You know, you kind of screwed yourself over.
And now you screwed yourself over. You know what I'm saying? Then that's why I tried to cut out the middleman as much as possible, which is why I gave the beats to artists personally. And the only way that I could think of personally meeting artists is going to their shows, and you know they're going to walk through the back door, stand right there by the back door no matter what happens. Doesn't matter if it's raining. Doesn't matter if you feel uncomfortable because there's sketchy people walking by. Doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? I had one goal, you know, and it was to do that, you know, and now I'm working at Dames. Talib Kweli came through Dames like last week, you know, and we looked at each other, right? I'm all, you probably don't remember me. you know, but maybe he does. Talib Kweli walked up to me like, hey, it's good to see you again. I'm all, you remember me? He's all, yeah, Justin, how you doing? And I'm like, whoa, like,
yo, that must have been something, you know?
Because he may have been thinking like, this is the dude who'd wait behind venues to give me beats. Now he's here working for Dame Dash.
Yeah.
Like, what am I not seeing here? You know, who is this guy really, and what is he doing? You know, and then I showed him the article about me and Kanye, and he was like, send me beats right now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it was all about like just cutting out the middleman. You know, I got nothing against A&Rs or emailing beats or uploading your beats on YouTube. You know, like, you know, it's all about just being happy at the end of the day. If that's what you want to do, it's what you want to do. But, you know, like, I'm only 22 and I made it this far. Like, I basically did everything that no one else did. You know, I can't say I didn't use social media because that's how I met Damien DeMizza Young, was through Instagram.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But after that, I made sure that basically everything I did was in person.
For sure.
You know, I wasn't just going to comment on some rapper's picture, hey, what's your email? I want to email you a beat.
Yeah, you know. You had the other 50,000 people in his comments.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But I'm the only person out of those 50,000 people that waited behind the venue to give that person beats.
That's facts, bro. And I'll tell you that I actually have a story about that because I was mentioning it earlier on just how like I got invited to a listening session at Interscope with Sycamore, who does A&R for YG and Travis Scott. And it was actually very interesting because he came and did a mic talk here. You know, we have a music industry club and he comes to do a mic talk. And instead of just like, I knew I could always find Sycamore's email on just like going on like the internet and stuff because, you know, the internet got everything. But I was like, you know, let me take this opportunity to just kind of do a one-on-one face conversation and just actually like talk, pitch myself, and that landed me the invite to go there. So I feel like you're onto something when it comes to just like these in-person interactions are very important.
Very important.
Very important.
Because they're never gonna remember that one email that they sent you, but they might remember that radio interview, or they might remember you being the only one to give them beats behind venues every time they have a show wherever it is.
Facts, because, you know, even my emails are flooded, you know, so it's like I don't even, with people asking me for interviews, but, you know, I remember that face-to-face conversation. Now, I always remember that.
Oh, yeah, you know, especially, you know, when they see that growth, you know, when I first met Talib, you know, the first thing I said was, yo, I'm just a fan, you know, I've always wanted to meet you, I'm a big fan, you know, and then he's all, yo, that's dope, you know, whatever. The second time, gave him beats. You know, the third time, hey, here's some new beats. By the way, I got Rappin' Forte rapped on one of my beats.
Yeah.
You know, so each time it was growth. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Then the fourth time, yo, like, you know, I've been doing a lot of work with DeMizza, you know, and this he's all, I know who that is, you know, whatever. So he sees like the growth, and now he sees me at Dames. You know, it's a really crazy story, but you know, it's true. You know, it's all about, you know, and like I can't even say that what I did was like anything like, I guess, like really special, because everything that I did, everyone is capable of doing.
Yeah.
I just don't think those two brain cells rubbed together and spark the thought. You know what I'm saying?
I feel that. So it's like almost every time these people are running into you, it's like you're on a different level. And it's like, you know,
Totally.
level up. And it's just like, you know, and they respect. They see you working in the game, and it's like, bro, you know, game, respect, game.
You know, and like, it was a level up, but it was done with the most respect.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people level up, you know, by backstabbing, by lying, you know, by throwing people under the bus. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm very grateful to have, you know, like, these OGs see my talent and believe in me. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, I'm very grateful for DeMizza, you know, because, like, he literally told me, hey, like, I want you to intern here. And I knew him for maybe like 45 minutes to an hour.
Yeah.
You know, and it just shows, wow, like that's a genuine ass dude.
Yeah.
You know, and then started working at that studio. Artists started, you know, Outlaws would come through. Bone Thugs and Harmony would come through. Mr. Criminal would come through. You know, so that was my real exposure to, you know, really working with big artists in the studio, and now I'm at Dames. You know, it's like a everyday thing.
Yeah, I definitely feel that. And just like from talking to you earlier, who you were listing off in regards to the producers you were studying, it's like you're a real student of the game.
Oh yeah, you know, like I remember I was up at the Mrs. house in Santa Barbara, right? And then I found out Just Blaze was DJing in Santa Barbara, you know, in like a couple of days. And I was like, man, I have to go to that. I gotta go to that. So of course I wait behind the venue. It's raining. You know, it was like almost exactly a year ago. It was like March 1st of last year. You know what I'm saying? I even brought my Blueprint CD for Just Blaze to sign it, because those beat, like Girls beat, that's one of my favorite beats of all time. You know, so I even told Just Blaze, yo, like you inspired me to get an MPC. You know, rapping Forte rapped on one of my beats. You know, like I want to say thank you, Just. You know, like you're my like idol. You know, he's all, oh, you know, it's good to meet you, whatever. So we get inside, and it was around the time last year where they closed down the freeways because of the fires. So not a whole lot of people are at the club. So Just Blaze was all, you know what, time out. Everyone come up on stage with me. So I'm up on stage with Just Blaze, having the time of my life. You know, then after I got a picture with him, and then the last thing Just Blaze told me was good luck to you. And I was like, my idol just told me good luck. Like I can't fail now. You know, like I gotta go in like complete beast mode. You know, You know, and then months after that, I'm in the studio with Ski Beats. I'm talking to Dame Dash. I'm on stage with Cameron and Jim Jones. You know, a little over a year later, I'm in the studio with Kanye West, and he's rapping on beat after beat after beat after beat.
Yeah.
You know, so if I ever see Just Blaze again, man, like I really just want to tell him thank you.
Facts, bro. Much respect to you, what you're doing, your grind. Because again, what you're doing is nothing that people are not capable of, but it's just something that people just rarely execute themselves.
Oh yeah, you know, and then like, you know, like I think Kanye West like had the line, imagine being in your room making 5 beats a day for 3 summers. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't making 5 beats a day for 3 summers straight. You know what I'm saying? But that was definitely the mentality I had.
I feel it.
You know what I'm saying? Like especially throughout high school, where people are saying like, well, why you like rap? You're white. You know, just stuff like that. And it's all, yo, like you're tripping. You know, like what are you talking about? You know, so it was like, I never went to no homecoming.
Yeah.
I never went to no prom. I never like went to no high school party.
Yeah.
I was in my room, you know, studying Ninth Wonder, Alchemist, you know, all these legends, you know, so I could learn to make beats on my own, you know, and then, like, if you would have told me back then, yo, like, you'll be in Dame Dash's studio doing your thing, I would have been, like, blown away.
I feel it, man. I definitely feel it. So, like, you mentioned working with Kanye West earlier. Like, tell me about that. What's that like, man? Because, you know, it's Kanye West.
Man, you know, it was like, so, I mean, like I told you, I mean, the first thing, you know, started out just me working for Dame, you know.
Yeah.
It was, I programmed the beta version of Dame Dash Television. You know, stay tuned. It's going to be just like the Oprah Winfrey Network, but it's going to be the Dame Dash Network. You know what I'm saying? So Dame don't play. You know what I'm saying? Do really about it. You know, just look at his history. So I programmed the beta version for him. If you go on Dame Dash Studios YouTube, I programmed a 24/7 live stream of all original programming and content. Each program starts right on the hour, commercials in between episodes. You know, it's literally like watching TV. You know, so I was the first thing I did for Dame, where Dame was all, yo, like, I'm giving you a job here.
Most definitely be sure to check that out.
Oh, of course, man, it's dope. So I told him, yo, I make beats too. That's when I played him a beat. So Dame always knew in the back of his mind I make beats.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So months after that, he had texted me in the morning, Kanye is coming in today. You know, I want you here. And I'm all, say no more. I'm on my way.
Say less.
No, I say less. You know. So you know, I hop up. You know, I put on the Rockaware gear as usual. You know, that's what I always roll up in. And I rolled up, I met Kanye in the parking lot, and Dame was all, man, Kanye, like, my team is strong, bro. I mean, this dude right here comes up in the Rockaware every day. It's either Rockaware or state property. You know what I'm saying? That's how we do it, you know? And,
yeah, that's how we...
And then Kanye smiles, you know, like he's, you know, he was laughing, like, wow, like, this dude's, like, really about it, you know? So we get in the Dame studio, right? You know, and they're talking some business, whatever. You know, and then Kanye's sitting there on his phone. And I'm all, man, this is my you know, he's just texting or whatever, just chilling. You know, so I walk up to him. I was like, hey Kanye, I make beats, and it would be an honor if I could play some for you. You know,
yeah.
and then Dame's just like, Justin, like I got slow down basically. You know what I'm saying?
Like relax, bro.
Yeah. Like don't be doing that. Like I respect it, but you can't be doing that. You know? and I was like, My bad. Like it was a completely emotional and impulsive decision. And so Damon like wasn't really like mad. He was just like, come on, like you're still learning. I'm just letting you know, come on, you can't be doing that. And I'm like, all right, like my bad, Dame. And then Kanye just like smiles and turns to me and goes, I want to hear those beats before I leave. And then I was like, man, but here's the thing, bro, is when I think of Kanye West, I've always viewed Kanye as Kanye the producer, because that's how I grew up studying him. I didn't grow up studying his raps. I grew up studying the beats he made for Talib Kweli, Jay-Z, Beanie Siegel. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. So I was hoping I could play like maybe one of my beats for Kanye, and he'll give me feedback on it. And say, like, those drums are whack, like, change the drums, or that sample's whack, but the drums is cool. What I'm saying? Or that beat's really good, keep that, or that's, whack, whatever. So I was hoping just to get some tips from him.
Yeah.
So we're in the studio. I played the studio's packed. It's Dame, a bunch of people in there. It's just me and Kanye front and center. I'm like, wow, this is really happening. So I play the first beat. I can see Kanye nodding his head a little bit. I'm like, all right, cool. He likes it. And that's when Kanye tells me, record this. And I'm sitting there like confused, like, and I'm thinking, why am I gonna record you listening to my beats? I mean, I guess, like I had no idea he was gonna freestyle, because keep in mind, I never looked at Kanye as Kanye the rapper. I looked at him as Kanye the producer. So I was like, okay, so I take out my phone and start recording, and then he starts rapping. And that's when it hit me, like, he's about to freestyle on this beat. So the first beat, he freestyles, and Dame's dancing, dropping ad-libs, and like it felt like what the old Rockefeller days must have felt like. And I was just like blown away, like, Kanye's really rapping on my beats right now. And Kanye told me to take out my phone and record him. Like these celebrities might not always like cameras in their face.
Facts.
And here's Kanye telling me, put this camera in my face.
Right.
Because I'm about to rap on your beats. And Dame's dancing and dropping album on Massive Crazy. So after the first beat, Kanye must have really liked the first beat, because he told me to play another one. And I was like, okay, like I had them all ready to go just in case, So I played the second beat, freestyled on that beat, third beat, fourth beat, fifth beat, freestyled on all 5 beats that I played, and like even the stuff he was talking about, he was like, I'm here with Dame, all we need is Hove to pull up. And I'm like, whoa.
Yo.
When Kanye says something, people be hearing that. You know what I'm saying? So I know that Jay-Z's people watch that freestyle. You know what I'm saying?
Facts, it's like they got word of that.
Oh, definitely. And plus, in the moment, I mean, yeah, I knew it was Kanye West rapping on my beats, but it was so, like, it just felt like a dream. It didn't feel real, It wasn't till the next day that Complex, Double XL, like all these outlets reposted my video, and like some of the videos that they posted got over 1 million views. Like there's few of them over 1 million views,
Yeah.
So like I was all, whoa, like, that's crazy. And then the next day, Dame told me, like, you should be proud of yourself, bro. You helped bring back Kanye. Like, you helped bring back Kanye West, bro. You should be proud. And it was like hearing that from Dame Dash, like just that validation, and Dame is right there dropping ad-libs and dancing, and Kanye's having fun. And people were saying, like, when was the last time that you've seen Kanye smile like that, and have fun and really let his guard down? I don't blame him, like, when he's out in public and not smiling, and aggravated from the paparazzi.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But like, Dame is kind of like his OG. Like, Dame's
facts.
the one who signed him to Rockefeller.
Facts.
Dame's the one who believed in him as a rapper. And then, so Kanye knows, he knows what it is. So it was like, so looking back, it's all, wow, like, it's almost like history, bro. Especially with like Kanye, like doing the Sunday services and everything.
Yeah.
He was doing it before, like he rapped on my beats. But like I really do think that day at Dame Dash is really like, sparked something in his brain maybe. Like, whoa, like these are some like dope beats and everything, you know, and this is how I got to be doing music again.
Yeah, I feel that, you know, it's like you playing his beats and just him having that good moment kind of took him back to like, hey, this is why I wanted to be a producer. Like this feeling right here,
Yeah,
just took him back to like took him back, just like that one point where it's like, yo, this is why I wanted to get into this industry.
yeah, you know, like
It's crazy,
it was so funny, you know, cause he's like, you know, he's sitting in the chair, but you know, he's moving around, you know, and he's dancing a little bit too. You know, he was having fun, you know, and then and then him just like smiling and like rapping, and then he even said like, man, I'm finna chop these up, you know, it's talking about the beats, you know,
Yeah.
you know, so I'm like, whoa, like, you know, like that is crazy, you know. So I just want to give a big shout out and say thank you to Dame, you know, for believing in me, and Demiza, you know, and Kanye West for doing that, because it's like, wow, like, man, I mean, it still hasn't sunk all the way in yet, you know what I'm saying? But it's like, wow, man, like, no, it's incredible.
I feel it. And Kanye West, for those who don't know, have you actually like put out music with Kanye? You know, that's
Nah, bro. I mean, he's never rapped on a microphone over my beats. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? It was just out loud, just us. I mean, like in the studio. You know
I feel it.
You know, so like you know what I mean. And but the thing is, like, those beats are really old school.
I feel
You
it.
know what I'm saying? So they might not fit Kanye West's style like right now.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe if it was 2004,
Mhm.
oh, in a heartbeat. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
we in 2019.
Yeah.
You know, so me as a producer, I really need to challenge myself to still keep that old school vibe, but maybe update it a little bit, because even some of the websites were saying that those were Kanye West beats. You know, and I'm all, whoa, like, should I be mad that I'm not getting credit, or should I be happy that they're basically saying my beats are as good as Kanye's?
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? But I'm all like, either way, it's cool.
Yeah.
You know, and shout out to Hip Hop DX. You know, I think the name was Riley Wallace. You know, he did a whole article, you know, about me, you know, and like me being the producer of the beats, you know, and all that. The headline is "Young LA Producer Helps Bring Back the Old Kanye West." And for even Dame to say, you should be proud of yourself, bro. You helped bring back the old Kanye. You know, so I mean, like, I'm really excited for Yandi to drop.
Same.
You know, because I'm really hoping it's going to be a little bit different than some of the stuff he's been dropping.
Yeah, as I mentioned to you earlier, I had Malik Youssef come in, and you know, he was mentioning how he's working on that. He's working on that with Kanye right now, and I'm really excited. I got to schedule him to come back because I'm really trying to be like, yo, what's going on? Like, can you like share a little bit? Because I'm really excited to see what this new Kanye project is going to be all about.
Man, you know, I mean, Kanye, he played us a little bit. You know, he played us a little bit, you know, and from my experience I had a good time.
Yeah.
You know, it was definitely a beautiful day in the studio, you know, and it's really good to see him do the Sunday services, you know, and also one thing too, you may have noticed, is Kanye is not wearing the MAGA hat anymore.
Yeah, I noticed that.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I feel like there's been, you know, if you look at Kanye's, you know, like, behavior, and not to speak on another man's business, you know, but, you know, it seems to me like there's been some, I guess, like, positive changes, you know, because Kanye, I mean, at the end of the day, bro, like, I want everyone to be happy. You know, it seemed for a little while there, you know, he didn't really seem like happy.
Yeah.
You know, especially with some of the comments he had mentioned, you know, about slavery being a choice and stuff. You know, it's just like, what? Like, you know,
Yeah.
but you know, it's like, man, I want the best for that guy.
Same.
You know, he's very talented. He's helped a lot of people, you know, with his music. You know, and I want the best for him, and I was just very blessed to be in the same room as him, you know, and then to have beats on deck that I have been saved on my hard drive. You know, because like my beats, bros, I save them for like the right time. You know, if
Yeah.
I'm out there playing beats all day, I'm, like you said, they lose value.
Yeah.
You know, it's like that was the first time I've ever like put out a beat or even a recording of a beat onto social media. You know, I've only played beats for a select few people, but I've never put them online. So when people heard those beats, of course they're gonna think they're Kanye's beats.
Of course.
You know, because they've never heard them before, and Kanye's rapping on them.
Most definitely. So coming back and centering this interview around you, it's like, what are some notable artists that you've worked with and music that's been put out, you know, with you being like producing?
Yeah. So the first record I ever did was for Rapid Forte. you know, but I still got that on my hard drive. You know, I really want that to come out. You know, it's interesting too because it's the same sample that was used for the Ice Cube and Too Short record.
Yeah.
I forgot what it was called, but yeah, I forgot what the record's called. But you know, it's just, you know, it's the same sample. You know, so I'm all dang, like, you know, I wish the like the Rappin' 410 one would have came out already. You know, but you know, it's cool, whatever. Like, it was cool to see Ice Cube and Too Short on the same sample. You know, the beats are similar, you know, but like a little bit different. You know, but you know, it's all good. See Jordan shaking his head over here, but you know, it is what it is. You know, like just like the Miz said, you know, sometimes you gotta lose to make moves in this game.
Exactly.
You know, so anytime like something fishy happens or whatever, you know, I just stay like, all right, you know, it's motivation to be like, you know what, one day it's gonna stick. So then I did a record for my homie Lil Bams, and that song Ain't Got No Haters. Ice Cube and Too Short, you know, I checked that out. So I did a record for my bro Lil Bams. He's the Miz's artist. You know, he was recently on tour with King Lil G. He just did a record with King Lil G too. You know, it's gonna be hot. Then who else? I produced a record for Malena. And for those of you who don't know who Malena is, Cardi B reposted her doing the Money Challenge.
Yeah.
You know, so that got like 13 million views. So like Malena like blew up overnight, sort of. You know.
Yeah, she got that good cosign, you know.
Oh hell yeah, you know. So she up there around 500,000 followers or something. You know, she's doing her thing. You know, and I know her manager, and he hit me up like, yo, like, cause I had sent him a beat, I think for the Outlaws or something, right?
Yeah.
You know, so you know, he's a cool guy. Shout out to Sinatra. So Malena heard the beat, is all, yo, I want that beat. So she hopped on the beat, you know, and I listened to it, and it's dope. She could really spit, you know. So I'm hoping that that'll be released soon. You know, recently in the studio, you know, I've been with Talib Kweli. Praz just rolled through last week. Shout out to Dej Loaf. I just, you know, I played a bunch of beats for her. You know, she picked out like which ones she likes the most. So, you know, I sent her like 3 or 4 beats. Shout out to Designer. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get that record with Designer. Watch. You know what I'm saying?
We'll be on the lookout for that.
You know, like shout out to John Monopoly. You know, for really looking out. You know, it means a lot. You know, I just gotta get back to making more beats. You know, I gotta set up that MPC 1000. I haven't like I made a beat. You know, maybe like a week and a half. I gotta go back and dig in the crates. You know, maybe it might be time to collab with other producers. You know, because all I do is sample.
Yeah.
You know, I chop the sample and throw drums on it. You know, but you know, maybe get someone on the keys and do bass lines. You know, it can make a huge difference. So I'm really trying to grow as a producer.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm really just trying to grow because I try to learn the keys. You know, and like I could play a few scales, but you know, I'm not that creative on it.
I feel it.
You know what I'm saying? So like right now, you know, it's just really about growth. You know, I'm working with like a bunch of these artists. You know, and I know my strengths and my weaknesses. You know, luckily I'm at a point where I don't have to learn the piano. You know, I just make a phone call and have, you know, like a really dope piano player or key player, you know what I'm saying, or bassist, and those musicians there like all the time. You know, we set up the microphone and see what we can make.
Most definitely. So who are some producers that you have in mind that you would love to work with?
Man, you know, the first one that comes to mind is obviously I'd love to really like get in a session with Kanye. You know, and even just watch him on the ASR 10. You know, if you watch the videos of me and him, there's an ASR 10 right behind him. That's my ASR 10. That you know what I'm saying? Like Kanye inspired me to get an ASR 10. You know, so I even brought the ASR 10 into Dame's studio months ago. Like if Kanye's ever in here, like there's an ASR 10 ready to go on deck. You know, just being prepared. You know, so I'd love to work with Kanye. You know, definitely Just Blaze. You know, definitely Just Blaze. Like that would be an honor. You know, Scott Storch is really popping again right now.
Facts.
You know, I really love to get in with Scott Storch. You know, and then even you know, Zaytoven. You know, he's coming to Dan's a couple times, but unfortunately, I wasn't there. But you know, I definitely love to work with him. But honestly, like I think my favorite producer out right now is probably Verda Beats. Murder Beats, dang, like that dude, like when I heard Nice for What he did for Drake,
Yeah.
I was all, man, like that beat is like,
Yo, that beat is hot.
it's got that old school feel, but it's got those like new school drums.
I totally agree with that.
You know what I'm saying? And Murder Beat, and like those guys are so dope to where they could sample, right,
Yeah.
and make it sound dope, but they could also make things from scratch. And that's why like I admire them. So I would love to. Murder Beats. If you out there and you hear this, let's link up, man. It'd be an honor if we could work. Just Blaze, Kanye West. Are you guys, man, an upcoming producer? Kanye West rapped on my beats. I just love to be in the room with you guys and work. Let's make history.
Yeah, man. Hit up Justin, bro. Hit him up.
Yes, sir.
Let's get that work in.
Follow me on Instagram at Caliveli, at CALIVELI.
Definitely. So earlier we were talking about growth and just how important it is as a producer. So, from when you first started to where you are now, how you feel like you've grown the most as a producer, and like what's the changes that you're trying to incorporate next?
Man, it's like one thing I'll definitely say about growth is, like I've seen a lot of people try to do something and they fail and they're just like, fuck it. Just like, man, like, I give up, especially when I was first making beats. Like my first few beats were, like, they were whack. The beat made sense, the sample chops were on point and there was drums on them, but like they were just kind of whack. But the cool thing was each beat got a little bit better and better. Like I remember being 17, 18, 19, just really like, whoa, like I'm getting a little bit better and better. Literally each beat was getting better and better, so I knew that, like it's just all about it's just all about being patient yet persistent. And I would literally be on the MPC like maybe like 6 hours a day. And to some people it might be a long time, to some people it might not be, but that's what fit my schedule. So I would really take advantage of the time I would be on the MPC, but it was definitely trying to remake Just Blaze beats and Kanye West beats and just understand how they chopped the sample and why they chopped it that way and why they use certain drum patterns over the sample. So that way I could go find the sample that's never been used before. You know what I'm saying? Something low key, I would use the same sample chopping techniques on that sample and then throw drums on it, and now I have my own beat, with that technique that Just Blaze or Kanye West would use. So that was, I guess, my sort of cheat code.
Yeah.
It was just, like using their technique, so just literally just not giving up, and that's literally what it was. But it's different when you don't give up and you work your ass off, but when you don't give up but you don't really try, and I feel like a lot of people are like, I'm not a quitter, but they don't put in the work like a winner. And it was me, like I said, whenever I would just take an L, I was literally, just seriously, it's cliche, but I would learn from it, and it would just make me grind even harder. So I'm at the point now where I'm still growing.
Yeah.
And that's when it comes into, I gotta start making like a lot more beats. I really have to step it up now, and the beats I make, they've got to be better than the beats I've already made. You know what I'm saying? Which includes I'm gonna have to bring in, like live instrumentation. And I gotta bring in a saxophonist. Play the saxophone over, a drum pattern. A drum. I'll program drums. And I'll get live musicians to come in. So almost like a Quincy Jones.
Yeah.
Like that dude's crazy talented. Like I don't think he plays an instrument, but the way he would have things in his head, and tell the people, like this is how it's got to be. Dude's a visionary. It's like Dr. Dre. You know what I'm saying? So it's like those are the people that, that I'm really striving to be, because sampling could only take you so far.
Facts.
You know, it's not until you get to like, I mean, like that's why like rock and roll is not really my thing,
Yeah.
but I respect it so much, bro, because it's like these are literally people playing instruments. You know, they're not taking. I know it's not sampling. You know, this is all live. You know, so it's like I can't play the guitar, so anyone who could play the guitar, like I admire them. Like yo, like that's respect. You know, because even learning a new instrument's like learning a new language. You know, shit, I tried to learn Spanish. I learned a couple words and I was over it. You know what I'm saying? So people that actually stick out learning an instrument, you know, it's, you know, like I said, you know, it's not something that I do, and I'm at the point where I can just bring someone in who can do that.
Most definitely, most definitely. But I will say that, you know, I feel like persistence is definitely, just jumping back to the word, is something that's really important, just like, not even in this industry, but just life, you know, because I feel like some people get deterred real quickly. You know, it's like, oh, that failed, so let me try to reinvent myself, do something different. When you just kind of have to, in your case, you're just kind of sticking with it. You're just kind of like, yo, let me, obviously you're learning on the way, but it's like you're still sticking to the blueprint. It's like, hey, I'm going, and slowly but surely making that progress.
Yeah, you know, because it just felt like the way I was doing things just felt like the most effective. You know, and to me, logically, it made the most sense. You know, it was like, okay, I'm in my room, I just made this beat. This sounds like a Talib Kweli beat to me, you know? So what am I gonna do now? Well, I'm gonna get this beat to Talib Kweli. Okay, well, how are you gonna do that? You're gonna email him? Like I said, the emails, he probably gets a whole bunch. He probably doesn't check them. Like, I have no idea, you know? Or, second option, get it to him in person. Well, how do I do that? Well, he has a show in LA, so I know where he's gonna be. Now, how do I get the beat to him? You know, to me, it was like the artist come through the back door. You know, to me, it was that simple. You know, and I executed it that simple. You know, and like it kind of shocked me that not many people were like doing that. But then again, I understand that the artists aren't there to be harassed or you know whatever by fans. You know what I'm saying? And you know the venue owners, you know, would hate that I would do that. Would hate it. Be like, what are you doing back here? You know, like you know, like really just like harassing me a little bit. You know, but you know, and like normally the security would be cool. You know, but then again, they don't know who I am. Like they don't know what I'm doing back there. Like even if I tell them, yo, I'm just giving them beats, like they don't know. No, it's like I'm sticking out. Like, I'm sticking out like a sore thumb. Who the hell is this white dude out here just standing here for hours? Like to me, that would look a little bit sketchy. So I could understand where they're like something's going on, and you know especially the promoters, bro, because they want the artist to be as comfortable as possible, and the artist might feel uncomfortable if some stranger is just standing right there by the back door, whom they don't know. You know, so I understand why, you know, I could have annoyed a few people, you know, but you know, if you want to be successful, you know, you can't please everybody.
Facts.
You know, and at the end of the day, you know, there was only one time where I couldn't get a beat to an artist. You know, and I was underage and couldn't get in the club, so I waited by the back door for 10, 11 hours. Turns out the artist went in through the front, you know, to be Hollywood. You know, but I'm like, you know what, like, hey, you know, it was worth it. You know, it's only 11 hours of my life, you know, and if only this one thing happened and the artist hopped on my beat, well, me waiting 11 hours, my dream just came true.
Exactly. You know, when it comes down to it, you got to ask yourself, what are you willing to sacrifice?
Oh, man, you know, I mean, obviously, there's limitations.
Obviously.
You know, but it was like, I really pushed the boundaries. You know, I really stepped out of my comfort zone. You know, and you know a lot of people, you know, it's comfortable for you to make a beat and then email it really quick. You know, it's convenient, it's comfortable.
Yeah.
And then I was, you know, it's easy to DM all of your followers your new SoundCloud song.
Yeah.
You know, it's easy. You know, but it was like me, like I'm gonna like push my music in person. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I mean I use social media to like meet the Mizza and everything, you know. But then after that, like I said, it was really me showing up at shows, me showing up to events, you know, me having thumb drives on me, you know, like here's some beats, here's some beats, here's some beats, you know, because like I said, you know, like there's nothing like that face-to-face interaction, you know, and people are like, why am I gonna use my gas to go to LA to stand behind some venue in sewage next to a dumpster behind the venue while it's raining, like you're crazy for doing that. And I'm all, you're right, I am crazy, but watch where I'm gonna be. You know, next thing you know, I'm 22 working at Dame Dash's studio. You know what I'm saying?
You know, it's been working out for you, so you can't be looking back on it. It's like, hey, it's all worth it.
Man, you know, so it's like now, you know, like I said, you know, I'm still learning, you know, but, you know, I still want to give, you know, I don't want to give up all my game, you know, but
Yeah.
you know, like, I want my, you know, experiences, I guess, and my stories so far to really inspire people to get up out of the computer chair or the couch, go out there, shake hands, meet people. You're gonna have to spend your own money when it comes to stuff.
Yeah, bro.
You know, you're gonna have to. You're gonna have to park in that red zone to get the front row, and you're gonna have to take that $70 parking ticket. But you know what? You were the first in line. You know what I'm saying? And it was like you said, what are you willing to sacrifice?
Yeah.
You know, and it was like I did everything in my power, you know, and one of my biggest things is whenever I would miss an opportunity,
Mm-hmm.
I would get mad.
Yes.
I would get, like, seriously, I would get mad because I'd be like, that could have been the time.
Yeah.
That could have been the time. Like, if I never went to Dame's Culture Vultures Masterclass, you know, I wouldn't be here right now. I would still be out hustling, you know, but like it was so funny. I mean, like, because I happened to be on Instagram and I was following Irv Gotti. You know, I still am following him, and he posted something like, you know, Dame Dash music seminar. And at the time, I didn't even know Dame Dash had an Instagram, you know. So I went and I looked and I was like, whoa, like that starts in like an hour and a half. So I bought a ticket, got dressed really quick, and booked it down there.
Yeah.
You know, so it was like everything just happened, like, I guess so perfectly, you know, like God's timing was just, it was on point.
I feel it.
You know, it was definitely on point. All glory to God, you know.
On God, bro. You got to get comfortable with being uncomfortable.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying? Like putting yourself in a position that you might not be familiar with, but understanding that, you know, by putting yourself in that position, it might open some new doors for you.
And it's scary, man. Like taking that jump, the first time me waiting behind venues, man, I was scared.
It's a leap of faith, bro.
You know, like seriously, like I was scared, but like after, but like I knew that, you know, just something told me this is what you're gonna have to do.